show him some kicks and the punches, he could beat most black belts. You know why? Because he got a natural rhythm, a natural flow. I love people that come from the street that just come natural. You take somebody, you just give them a football and they start running, and that's what we see with UFC. The reason why those guys are so good, they natural athletes. Or they develop their athletic skills. Martial arts neglects all that. We spend so much time doing static movement. Come on, you go on the street and you hit, ayah, what's gonna happen? Baya, it's all over. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got no time for all that stuff. 9 times out of 10, half of the stuff, 90% of the stuff you do, I don't care who, ain't none of that stuff gonna happen in the street. When somebody come and get you on the street, it's gonna be by surprise. You ain't even gonna know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be boom. But when I'm telling you, what we're trying to do with this technique is not nothing new. I know you see Master Mitchell, but Master Mitchell comes from one of the most dangerous schools in the city of Baltimore, called the Avengers. These guys will be breaking people down. When I tell you, when we talk about urban martial arts and you say, oh man, people say, oh man, it ain't that good. Go back to some of them schools back down deep in Baltimore, deep in New York, where you got guys doing perfect side kicks and perfect front kicks. He's one of those guys. I mean, these guys, all you did was do what? Fight. You didn't do no kata. You don't do no weapons. You just fight. Every technique was perfect. I mean, would you like to add to that?
I say because forms require too much thinking. Fight had to become like natural. You know, no telegraphing, no chambering. You know, like that thing that y'all they doing that back in the day, that would surprise a lot of guys.
Yeah.
But a lot of fighting, 95% fighting. Man. You just be trained just to fight. And, I was reflecting on that movie called the Spartans. All they did was fight. That's all they did. Every day was fighting. So then when you get a guy that don't understand that, you wipe him out, man. He would stand a chance in the ring. What you doing is awesome here, man. I really like this, man. I mean, you put some awareness. Now martial arts, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna be real short. Now I'm giving a seminar in a couple of weeks. You gotta tone it down, man. They ain't built like this, man. It's the truth. So the truth will set you free. Sometimes it'll scare people too. You understand what I'm saying? We got scared from the penitentiary. That set us free. We'll find an alternative. This right here will make a guy who calls himself a martial artist afraid, dog. It's a scam. It's the truth. You gotta cut it back. You understand what I'm saying?
Tell them work out. Let's shut up. Shut up. Let's just work. Even you, a regular mind, let's just work. You regular minds, you come in here, and if we put a guy in front of you and say, let's fight, you don't know nothing else to do but to fight. And you ain't gonna let yourself get beat, because you're gonna pay for it next week. So what does it come back down to? Heart and spirit. And when you eliminate that, all that analyzing, all that, man, once again, that don't happen in life. We gotta be able to adapt and flow. You don't get a second chance on the street. So even though we doing point MMA, I mean, and like I said, it's nothing new. I mean, you judged my first tournament. I know a lot of people think I was lying about that guy with no legs. He just jumped up like this. I was like, man, I can't fight this handicapped guy. But the guy was so strong, he could jump up this high and hit you with a reverse punch. I said, hold up, I gotta ground fight him. I knew how to fight him. I knew that my legs was longer than his hands. You know, so you never know what's gonna happen. You might go to a tournament, like I tell you, if you had a tournament, somebody kick you off there, they don't say sweep, sweep them. Take the warning.
The hand thing, he hit that thing mastered. Everybody in this area, he was wiping out, guy. Wiping out. Everybody was trying to figure out how. I fought him down Virginia Beach. He got me. Jeff said, oh, I should have stomped. I said, Jeff, I wasn't down with that technique. That leg coming forward. Yeah. So I'm looking for the back leg come forward. That's the front leg. The back leg came forward. That closed that distance. Yeah. He's up on me. Right, he's up on me. I said, yeah. And time you punch, he done. Yeah. Time he gets yours and he out of there. And what happened, everybody didn't like that technique. It was just so simple. Everybody was catching everybody in the area with that. He beat the whole DC Washington area with that technique. And people started trying to learn quick. For a quick guy, fast. That's a nice technique, man. I never saw the breakdown of it.
You gotta win, and you gotta know what it's like in the ring, and you gotta break it down, and everything that you're learning, it's been broken down based on it winning and functioning under pressure.
Yes.
It's not something that somebody said, oh, it ain't gonna work. Oh, it's good. Oh, that, no, we know that when you move and the guy kicks with the front leg, come up here, Amari, and you move behind him, what can he do? If he pumps all day, go, and I'm going behind him, what can he do? He can't turn that away. But if I go this way, see, those are things that we do. You gotta understand, that's why I say basketball, what is this? It's a crossover, boom, boom, right? Isn't that what it is? Boom, so you gotta apply all that in your training. If you take, you're a basketball coach. If you take all the science of basketball and put it out here with fighting, you're going to be, I don't believe in belts, I ain't trust spirit. Because there's a lot of has-been black belts. Most of them talk, and I mean, I respect the ones like Master Mitchell. I mean, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. But all those people, that's why when you guys go through black belt cycle, my instructor told me, if I tell you to go to a tournament and you don't know who the person is, you don't know what belly is, all y'all know is to do what? Keep going, right? No crying. Because if you do all that, you're going to pay when you come back to the school, right? So when you walk out in the ring, all you going, let's go. Guy might be a 50 degree, he might be Master Po from Japan. Do you care? Because he's just another human being like you. You hit him with a good shot, you're going to find out how much of a man he really is, how much of a woman they really is. And I think that's the difference in the BAMs. I don't care nothing about that belt stuff. I care about what you bring on the floor. And I think what we doing with Point MMA, like Master Brown say, hey, you got to be in shape. We can't have no judges judging a ring and they like, you can't do that. No. You got to be in shape, right? You got to be able to, I believe that if an instructor tell you to do something, he should be able to do it. I believe if somebody's judging you, they should be able to tell you what to do. They should not be walking outside and you walk outside and they smoking a Newport. I know you haven't seen that yet, but I don't think any of that's appropriate. I need everybody that's involved with Point MMA to be in tip-top shape. Why? Because when you tell that kid to train and you tell him to do it the right way, he ain't gonna buck at you. Why? Because he can see you. You know, I don't know he ain't gonna buck at his mom because his mom can do some splits now. She can go all the way down there, lower than you, boy. She got better kicks than you now too. So I don't know, you better start like listening now because she go pop up. It's all over. So anybody have anything else they want to add?
On the floor and stand up was a lot about speed, and I'm just noticing that speed counts just as much as the technique